All right, good morning, everybody. This is going to be a small demonstration about how to set up everything for TMS and get you to the treatment. And just before starting treatment, we have Dr. Cotto's going to help us out, so much appreciated. Here we have the patient panel. I've already made a test patient, so if we wanted to create a new patient, we would click here and then fill in the date of birth and the patient name and ID, but we don't need to do that, so we'll just X that out. Thank you. And we'll choose the test patient that was already made. We're gonna start with the RMT determination, move on to the treatment plan, and then run treatment. So please proceed. So the date of birth is important, so we don't treat the wrong patient. So for ease, we made the date of birth 1/1 January 2025. We'll do MDD, and we're going to generate new. All right. So we want to make sure that the RMT coil, the blue one, is connected to the machine. And we want to make sure that the reference is placed on the head at a 45-degree angle with the single bulb pointing towards the nasion. And we want to make sure that the infrared camera is pointing close so it captures everything. So I'll bring it a little bit closer, but here's pretty good. And we'll start off with doing the land markings with the nasion. Take it away, Dr. Cotto.
So this is going to give a basis of the orientation of the patient's head. So we're going to start with the nasion. Then the left ear. And the right ear.
Yeah.
Right there. All right. And make sure these are facing the camera, otherwise it's not going to know where it is.
Perfect, yeah.
Right. So next we're going to define the motor threshold. So we're going to get our MT coil. We're going to increase this to about 55.
Yep.
And depending on, if the patient needs a higher percentage, you go up or down based on that. So we'll prime the machine.
And what he's doing is placing the empty coil on my motor cortex that's associated with the abductus brevis pollicis. So we want to see this move, or generally anything in the hand to move.
So we saw the hand move there. We're looking for mainly the thumb. So that's a good spot.
Yep, that's a very, high response.
So we're gonna pick the last location, and we're gonna register that stimulus.
Yep.
Okay.
And then we also have the opportunity to do the motor threshold. So we want to use the PEST calculator in order to find the minimum amount of energy that is needed to cause an action potential on my motor cortex to cause my hand to move. And that's going to be our treatment setting for each individual patient. So we can kind of show you a small demonstration of what that process would look like, and I have here the PEST calculator.
So we're going to start at 55.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got a response, so we would select yes, and then the PEST calculator would tell us to go down to maybe
48.
And then we would do it again. We may not get a response.
Yeah.
Let's see. So we'll go down to 48.
And no response, so we would go up to 52. So we got a response, so we would say yes, and we would go down to 49. And no response, so we would say go down to 50, go up to 50. So we have a response. Do it again. All right, it says 50 is the motor threshold. So we would lock it into 50, and we would continue to register a treatment target. And we would carry on to.
So we're generally going to go 55 millimeters anterior to where we've determined the motor threshold, which is right here. So we'll deliver a stimulus there.
Yeah, and by delivering a stimulus, we are marking the coordinates of that treatment location, and we select it and then register that. So we're going to use that as our treatment target for the left dorsal prefrontal cortex, and we're going to carry on and move on to selecting the treatment. So we can save and exit, and save and close, and we're going to edit the treatment plan, and we're going to select the 10 Hertz 18-minute protocol, the standard protocol, the DASH protocol, and we can name it whatever we want. So that's for 36 treatments, DASH protocol. Yep, we're okay. And then we're gonna go to run treatment, and we're gonna be stopped again by the date of birth, and select the correct date of birth.
To register the
1 January. And then we're gonna use the existing landmarks, and then we're gonna switch out the motor threshold coil to the treatment coil. All right, so we have plugged in the treatment coil. We're going to navigate to the treatment target. And now we have the treatment target up on the UI screen right there. Yeah. All right, so we're going to put the treatment coil on the treatment target using all the.
We're generally going to swing this so it's right above the patient's head. We're going to loosen the knobs so we have full range of motion.
So what Dr. Pato is doing is that he's aligning the two coil images on the screen and making sure that the rotation, the tilt deviation, the distance, everything is within the standard range of deviation, and that will be the case when the screen turns green. And once the screen turns green, you will lock that location in by tightening the arm. This can sometimes be a little bit tricky, but it comes with a lot of muscle memory. So sometimes when it's difficult, you may have to reposition this arm over here to be over my head a little bit more, the string. So we'll push that a little bit here. And then the approach that I want you to take is, take your hand and then go, more like that, and then you can start from there and go down. Push it down a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Is it green?
Yeah, it's all green.
So at this point, we would prime the orange button for starting the treatment. And the machine is now primed. At this point, we would click the green button, but we will not do that for this demonstration. And that concludes our video for going from the start to end for TMS. Please feel free to contact me if you have any questions.